If every tree has a story and every soul has a mate, then it's safe to say this is a story rooted in love.
I talk to people sometimes and they say, oh, that's your tree.
It began back in 1976 with Herb Allwine and his sweetheart,
Mary Lou.
Herb and Mary Lou put down roots of their own right here in this Finney Ridge neighborhood of Seattle. And shortly thereafter, they planted this tree.
It's a plum, a Bluriana plum, at least what I understood when we planted it.
About 25 years ago,
It even grows a plum every once in a while.
the two began decorating the tree for Christmas, and things just kind of branched out from there.
It was Valentine's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving.
When Mary Lou passed away from cancer 7 years ago, Herb made sure their love story didn't end there.
So we keep doing it, I keep doing it, and my daughter's here, and my grandson helps, and my son once in a while. We'll keep it going.
You can bet the electric bill is not cheap.
Really? I'm the worst user in the neighborhood.
And while the money to pay that bill doesn't actually grow on this tree, it certainly does generate a lot of generosity from neighbors who have been known to leave a small donation from time to time on his doorstep, along with dozens of thank you cards.
But what the heck? It's only money.
Herb knows the real value is in the joy it brings.
I had a guy years ago, a lady told me that her husband proposed to her under this tree.
So the next time you drive by that tree in Finney Ridge, now you know the story behind it.
But it's just nice, to think of your wife that isn't here anymore.
The love story of Herb and Mary Lou.
I'll probably keep doing it as long as I can. But I don't know how long that's going to be. We'll keep it going for a while.
In Seattle, Jamie Tompkins, Q13 News.
Directly west of Seattle, across Puget Sound, developers are buzzing about Bremerton.
It's become more desirable.
The land sitting on these rolling hills is what's desirable.
Like figure out how to get
Broker Ben Hofer with John L. Scott Real Estate is spending more time in Bremerton lately,
There we go.
showing homes to both first-time home buyers and investors.
This one's listed at $425.
And it's waterfront with 4 beds, 2 baths.
Can't really get that in Seattle, let alone on the water. Big developers are coming in and they see the potential benefits here.
The median home price in Seattle is more than $720,000. In Bremerton, it's around $290,000. That kind of affordability convinced Christian Butler to sell his Seattle home to buy just minutes from downtown Bremerton.
We have a 3-bedroom house with a tremendous view.
A view of Mount Rainier to the Olympics cost him $365,000.
Amazing, phenomenal. I could just go on and on.
Butler says the lower mortgage is worth an hour-long ferry ride to and from Seattle every day, a hurdle that's kept many from venturing into Bremerton.
They're looking at commute times, and honestly, it's just as fast.
But starting July 10th, it could be faster for commuters to get from Seattle to Bremerton than it would take from Seattle to Tacoma or even Everett. And Bremerton's real estate is expected to get even a bigger boost because of this new ferry. It's called the Fast Ferry, and it's going to cut the commute from Bremerton to Seattle in half. 28 minutes to be exact.
It's because of the speed of the vessel. This particular vessel is going to travel approximately 38 knots.
Kitsap Transit will operate the Fast Ferry in addition to WashDOT's daily ferry routes.
To start out with, we're going to be running basically 3 trips in the morning and 3 round trips in the evening.
More than a decade ago, WashDOT had a similar fast ferry between Bremerton and Seattle, but it had to stop the trips.
The wake from the vessels that they were using was causing damage to the beach.
Specifically damage to Rich Passage, a tidal strait that allows access to Bremerton.
We spent essentially the last 10 years studying wakes and wake impacts on the beaches, specifically in Rich Passage.
After 4 months of examinations, Kitsap Transit says it passed the test.
We now have a vessel that we know we can operate high speed without damaging the beaches.
Some believe the shorter commute will attract more people to Bremerton, like they saw with the first fast ferry more than a decade ago.
Brings the appeal more to Bremerton.
But developers say the demand for Kitsap County is already up, fast ferry or not.
I liken Bremerton to Brooklyn.
Developer Wes Larson of Sound West Group just finished building a brand new apartment complex, Spyglass Hill in Bremerton.
We leased 80 units in 85 days, We are 100% occupied.
Developers say the rental market is strong, not just home sales, with skyrocketing rents in Seattle and beyond.
People who moved into this apartment building from Bainbridge Island and from Seattle as well.
So once a week, I just walk down my alley and search for any little pieces of garbage, cigarette butts, things that are gross for kids to touch. What are you touching over there, honey?
Jane McCon is starting a revolution in Everett.
If one person took one alley, this whole entire city would be clean.
2 weeks ago, she challenged her neighbors to adopt an alley near their home.
People focus a lot on their front yards, what's presentable. Don't take too much time out in the alley except for to bring the garbage can out there once a week. But it really does make a big deal because that is the invite for people to come into your backyard.
Mom of young twins, Alicia Coppola, accepted the challenge.
It's an area that the kids use, but it's unfortunately also an area that people use in the nighttime to do nefarious stuff. And so then, you know, their garbage and their drug stuff gets left behind.
And you come out here in the daylight and
yeah,
the kids come
and the
out
kids,
here.
I mean, like I said, we have found needles in this alley before, and it's scary.
In the last 2 weeks, the ladies tell me 20 alleys have been adopted by neighbors all over Everett.
Are you worried about what we're going to find?
Oh, it's just so gross down there that it's not very shocking to me at this point, even though I haven't done it very long. But I have lived in Everett for 7 years, right next to the park, so I've dealt with it on my own. There's a needle cap right there.
But do you feel like it's important for your kids to see this too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Just because this isn't our mess doesn't mean we don't want to clean it up and have it still be nice for everybody.
It's more than just taking back Everett. This is about building a community. And these women hope their work will inspire others to do the same, no matter what city they call home.
I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna sit down with my kids and my husband, and he's gonna tell me he's proud of me. They're gonna tell me they're proud of me.
In Everett, Jamie Tompkins, Q13 News.
Inside Ken's Market on Queen Anne Hill in Seattle.
Just a small business owner trying to, stay afloat.
Owner George O'Connor isn't thrilled about Mayor Ed Murray's proposal for a new sugary beverage tax.
Kind of annoyed that, all this more tax, and when's it going to stop?
The mayor says the tax would fund education and help eliminate the opportunity gap, all while fighting the obesity epidemic by reducing consumption of sugary drinks. Parents like Brecken Diller support it.
I think it's a good thing. We don't drink soda. I've got 2 boys, and I know the proceeds of it are going to education. My wife's a school teacher, so I think it's actually a really good thing.
The proposed tax is 2 cents per ounce, so this 20-ounce bottle of soda would cost you an extra 40 cents. This 2-liter bottle, an extra $1.35, and this 6-pack, an extra $1.44. It also would include drinks such as this energy drink and sugary teas. O'Connor fears imposing more taxes, though, will especially hurt small businesses and their customers.
If it happens, we'll just have to do it. I don't know where you draw the line. It's always so vague already on what's taxed and what's not taxed, so, it's going to be tough.
But while the tax may deter some from drinking that can of pop, others say maybe it could encourage you to grab a soda.
Then start drinking soda, because the education system is broken, needs all the money it can get.